welcome back to my channel. My name is Yesenia, and as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be filming an unboxing. I do want to apologize because my nose is a little congested, so if you hear me sound nasally in this video, that is the reason why. I just wanted to put that out there. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. The two things that I'm going to be unboxing in this haul is my March Owlcrate box as well as a book outlet box. I know it is very late for my March Owlcrate box. The reason why I'm unboxing this so late, it's already April 10th, is because I live in an apartment, therefore I live in an apartment building, and I am very wary of my packages. So I have my Owlcrate box shipped to my parents' house. They literally live 5 minutes away from my building, so it is not a big deal. It's just that with the whole social distancing thing, and then some other things came up, I wasn't able to get a hold of my Owlcrate box for the month of March up until yesterday. So I finally got it, and I'm gonna unhaul it, and I am really... Okay, I already opened the box as well as my book outlet box. I couldn't wait, but I still wanted to show you guys what I got and what came in the March Owlcrate box. I'm actually very impressed with the items that came in this month's box. They just, oh my goodness, it's like the items are, they're so great. I've been using one item consistently already. I was using it to get ready this morning, and I'll just go ahead and show you guys what I got in my March Owlcrate box. So the first item that I got in my box is, this is the item that I have been using nonstop over the last 2 days, is this adorable little Owlcrate Bluetooth speaker. Oh my goodness. So I do have two Mega Boom speakers, and they can get very loud, which was the reason why I bought them, because I do use them for work a lot. However, I mean, we're out of work right now until April 30th. We're doing e-learning starting on Monday, but like, I do use my Mega Booms here in my apartment. If I'm like doing chores around my apartment and I'm just trying to generally clean, I do use my Mega Booms. That's how I listen to audiobooks. However, there are sometimes, like, I was using this Bluetooth speaker this morning when I was getting ready. I don't need something that loud while I'm getting ready. If I'm moving around the apartment, that's different. But if I'm just sitting down in one spot, this is so perfect. It is so cute. It is so adorable with its cute little owl eyes, and oh my goodness, and it's actually holding up pretty well. It didn't come fully charged, but I think I used this for a good 4 or 5 hours already, and it barely put a dent in the battery. So this is so adorable. I am so impressed. I will say it is not the quality of a Mega Boom speaker, but it is good enough, and I'm definitely enjoying using this speaker. The next item that came in this month's box, which was very unusual. I've never, in all of my, and I have actually been an Owlcrate subscriber since 2016, so I have been subscribed to them for quite a while. I've never, if I can recall, seen an item like this before, and the item is an adorable little lip scrub. This is so cute. It's, ooh, I did not know it was mint chocolate chip flavored. But yeah, it's an adorable little lip scrub. I do get chapped lips a lot. Typically what I do if my lips are feeling a little bit dry is, obviously I drink a lot of water, and sometimes I'll take my toothbrush and just, you know, go over my lips. But it's also nice once in a while to use a good lip scrub that just tastes really good. I'm really excited to use this. It did come just a little oily, just a little bit. So it did get on my hands yesterday when I opened it, but you do want it to be oily to help, you know, the grains glide over your lips. You don't want the scrub to be too abrasive. So I didn't mind that it came oily. What is the oil? It's soybean oil. Okay, that's what it is. It's soybean oil. So that's what that oil is. Anyway, I'm really excited to use the scrub. The next item that came in my Owlcrate March box, they typically send candles, so I wasn't surprised to see a candle. However, the size of this candle, hold on. Look at the size of this candle. They are normally not this big. Hold on one second. Let me go get another candle. So this is the typical size of a normal Owlcrate candle, and they typically do vary. Like, some might be a little bit bigger, but they're normally around this size. As you can clearly see, I've been burning this one. Look at the size of this one. This thing is huge. I don't think I've ever really seen a candle this big in an Owlcrate box before. I'm not complaining about it. It's actually pretty nice. And look, it's just so beautiful, and oh my goodness, I do love most of the scents that come in the Owlcrate boxes. There was like one scent that smelled like pine trees. I'm not a big pine tree or what is it, like fresh balsam scents. I'm not a big fan of those scents, and I think only one candle came in that scent, and most of the other times, like, I really do like the scent of the candles. So I'm really excited to burn this candle, and I'm really excited at how big it is. That is so awesome. The next item that came in this box is, of course, a pair of socks. It's these socks. Owlcrate loves putting socks in their boxes. I have a pair of Harry Potter socks. I also have a pair of, I think it was a Six of Crows, or it was a Crooked Kingdom pair of socks. And these socks, since I think they were celebrating this box was really special because they're celebrating their 5th year. Like, this is their 5th year having this, offering this subscription to people. So that's why this is just completely like Owlcrate themed. And look at these adorable socks to match the speaker. Come on. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. I typically don't wear the socks that they offer in these boxes. I typically don't wear them outside because I do a lot of exercise and I do a lot of moving around throughout the day, so I wear a lot of athletic socks that are like cut at the ankles, and then mine are special because they offer a lot of joint support because I do move a lot around a lot throughout the day. But I do love these socks for just lounging around my apartment. Like, if I'm just having a lazy day at home, I love putting on these socks, and these are just so adorable. I hope I don't get these too dirty. Not a big fan of the color white when it comes to clothing because let me just put it this way, I get white clothing dirtied pretty quickly. So these are adorable. All right, the next thing that came in this box, how was it described? Here's the little cheat sheet. So this is described as wooden art paint, and it is adorable. It is so cute. Let me pull it out. What does this say? Sing you a song and steal your soul, Victoria Schwab. I am assuming that, let me double check, the Monsters of Verity duology. Maybe, I think this duology is from This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet. That is, those audiobooks are on a list of audiobooks that I want to listen to this month. I already have 3 planned, but at the rate that I'm gonna need to listen to some more. So I haven't listened to them yet, but like, based on the quote and based on the title of those books and seeing how this was based on a duology, I think that's what this wooden art paint was based off, was those 2 books. So this, I think, yeah, This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet. I mean, it would make perfect sense to me. This is adorable. I'm gonna have to find a spot in my apartment to like put this on display. I do have 2 bookcases. One of them is like completely empty and one of them is completely full. So I'm thinking that this would be a great piece of decorative art that I can use to decorate my bookcases. So yes, and the reason why I'm not filming in front of my bookcases yet is because one of them is completely empty, and that's a little embarrassing. All right, the next thing that I do want to show is the monthly enamel pin, and this pin is so adorable. It does match the book, and I'm gonna show the book in a little bit. I have like 2 more items to show before I show the book. This pin is adorable. I'm gonna put it on my banner today, so I do want to get this pin attached to my banner so that way I don't lose it and I don't forget about it. Okay, the next thing that came in the box before I show the book are these, okay, so that is Hedwig, and it is described in here, these are a set of book plates. So it says here, do you love to loan out your books? Write your name on the empty spine in Hedwig's book stack to help your friends remember who to return them to. So let me just pull one out to show you guys. Oh, these are stickers, I think, yeah, oh, okay, and then there's the spine, and then you can write your name in there. So here's the thing, I don't have a lot of friends who like to read as much as I do, so I normally don't lend out my books. Not many people want to borrow them, and then actually the last time I lent out a book, it was to one of my students, and he was in 8th grade, and he never gave it back, so I don't know where that book is, and I'm kind of upset because I really wanted to reread that book. So I'm gonna have to buy it again, but normally I don't lend out my books. People normally don't ask me to borrow my books, but these are so adorable. I can probably find another use for these just because it is Hedwig and it is Harry Potter. I don't want these to go to waste, and I kind of don't want to give them away. So yes, I will find some other use for them. I don't lend out my books because people don't want to borrow them. And then I do have some cousins who do read and they love to read. However, they like to read we have different reading tastes. So like, I know one of my cousins, she likes reading Stephen King's books. I'm not a big fan of Stephen King. So yeah, but these are so adorable. I'm definitely keeping these. And then the last thing in this Owlcrate box set, I obviously have to show because it's like the whole reason why I get these boxes is the book. So this book is by Mary Lou and it's called The Kingdom of Back. I, for the whole month of March, was trying so hard not to watch any spoiler videos because I know a lot of people, as soon as they get their box, they like do an unboxing. So I was trying my hardest to not watch any of the spoiler videos. I didn't want to watch an unboxing and then be spoiled in all of the goodies that were in the box. And I think I saw one towards the end of March. It was like the last day, and I saw the book that was in there, and everyone was talking about this book for the whole month though. So it didn't surprise me that this was the book that was in there. So my understanding is this is a book talking about Mozart's sister and like her story. And she just wanted to be remembered. However, because of the time that she grew up in, you know, it wasn't acceptable for women to have those kinds of positions. I'm pretty certain. My understanding is my understanding for this book and the genre of this book is it's a magical realism book. I am going to be very honest, I am not the biggest fan of magical realism. There was one book, it was Wild Beauty, that came in an Owlcrate box. That was magical realism. I did not like that book at all. I think I gave it, back then I didn't give book ratings. It was either a smiley face or a sad face. I definitely gave it a sad face. Looking back now, if I had to give that book a rating, I would definitely give it a 2 stars. It was just so hard to follow along. I didn't understand the magic. It was just super confusing, and I just did not really enjoy reading that book. If I'm not mistaken, I think another book that classified partially maybe as magical realism was The Hazelwood, and I didn't like that book either. It was very hard for me to understand. I'll double check, and then I'll just put the genre of The Hazelwood down here at the bottom because I have been wrong in the past before. But I think that's the classification of this book. I will read it. I'll give it a try. It's actually a pretty quick read. It's roughly 300 pages. And it's so gorgeous. It really is a gorgeous book. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, look at that. The edges are sprayed silver. I have actually never read a book by Mary Lou. I know she is a popular author here on BookTube, and to read some of her other works. I heard War Crosses, that's like an extremely popular book on BookTube, but I just haven't read any of her other work. So this will definitely be the first book that I'm going to be reading by her, and we will see if I enjoy it. I did hear on BookTube that a lot of people really did enjoy reading this book, but me hearing that it's magical realism, now I'm a little iffy about it, but who knows, maybe I will end up liking the book. Thing I forgot to show, and that was this poster, Phantom of the Opera. I do remember that one box that was based off of the Phantom of the Opera for Owlcrate, and that was the box that Roseblood came in. I'm reading it. But this is such a cute poster. I'm gonna hang this poster here in my little office area once I can get it flat enough. All right, you guys, the second part of this unboxing is to show you guys all of the books that I got in my book outlet haul. I did not realize I ordered so many hardcovers. I thought I ordered a lot of paperbacks. When I was carrying, so this is what my family did. They took my packages because I also had my book outlet order sent to my parents' house. My stepmom went to my car because she has a spare key. She just put the boxes in my car and then went back home. So I was able to like grab my stuff from my car. I was carrying it to my apartment. I'm like, why is this box so heavy? And then I opened it. I'm like, oh, that's why. I ordered a lot of hardbacks. So that's why it was so heavy. I didn't realize I ordered so many. I'm really happy to get these books, and I'm going to show you guys The first book that I got in my book outlet order is called Dangerous Deceptions. This was one of the books that I thought was a paperback. I have the first book. I forgot what it was called. Dangerous something. The cover is red. There was one time I went to professional development at a beautiful building. I think that was part of like a school, like a university or a college. It was so beautiful. My co-teacher and I, when we were working together at that time, went into the bookstore, and I found a whole bunch of books there for such great prices. They were like $5 a piece. The first book in the series was one of them. The other books that I found were awesome as well. And I found The Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor, and I still haven't read it. We went to that PD like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So I got the first book in this series, and then I just wanted to order the second one just in case I did like it. So that's book number one. The second book that I got in my book outlet haul, and oh my goodness, this book brought back so many memories. As soon as I saw it on the website, I thought to myself, I have to get it. I read this book in 8th grade, and we read it together like as a class. Like, I vividly remember reading this book popcorn style in the middle of class. For those of you guys who don't know popcorn style, it's a fantastic teaching tool, especially for reading books out loud. One student starts reading, and then they immediately pick another student to start reading, and then they popcorn around the classroom. And I really enjoyed this book so much, and it just like enhanced my love of reading. And as soon as I saw it on the website, I had to get it. The book is Flipped by Gwendolyn Van, I can't, oh my god, I'm so bad at pronouncing authors' names, but yes, Flipped. This book is about two people, I forgot their names, Bryce and Juliana. Okay, Bryce and Juliana. So if I remember correctly, Juliana has a huge crush on Bryce, and this book it is written from both POVs. So one chapter is Juliana, and then the other chapter is Bryce. And then Juliana has a giant crush on Bryce, and Bryce just like doesn't want anything to do with her because she's very obsessive, and then she becomes very annoying. And then towards the end of the book, it flips. Juliana loses interest in him, and then that's when Bryce starts getting interest in her, if I remember correctly. I do remember Yes, yes. Okay, so I was just reading the synopsis on the back, and that's exactly what happened. So if that's testament to how much I love this book, because I was in 8th grade. Okay. I was in 8th grade from 2003 to 2004. So that was, oh my God, that was about 17 years ago when I first read this book, and I still vividly remember what, for the most part, like the synopsis of what happened in this book. So as soon as I saw it, I had to buy it for 8th grade nostalgia, and I'm so glad I did, especially for such like a cheap price. And I am going to reread this book. So this book is going to be a reread for me. But yes, 8th grade nostalgia. Oh my God, the memory. The next book that I got in my book outlet haul, which is the second book in the series, so going back to that professional development that I attended a year and a half ago with my co-teacher, I found one of the books in the series. I did not realize it was the third book until I did a little like researching when I was creating my TBR earlier this year. I did a little research, and then I found out that that was the third book in the series. So I went on Book Outlet, and then my last Book Outlet order, I got the first and the last book, and I was just missing the second one. So I finally got the second one, Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I hear a lot of people don't really like the series. I bought it because the cover looked absolutely like it. The cover drew me in. That was the total cover, but I'm not gonna beat around the bush. But I bought the third book, and then I bought the first and the last book, and I'm like, well, I need the second book. So I did buy the whole series, and it is on my TBR. But this was another book that I thought that I ordered the paperback, and it ended up being the hardcover. I have the other three in paperbacks, and then this one in hardcover, and I'm like, why did I do? Which is why I thought this was the paperback, and I was hoping this was the paperback so it matched, so everything matched, but this one ended up being the hardcover. It's okay. I don't know too much about this series, so the first book is Beautiful Creatures, and like I said, I'm probably gonna get around to reading it in the month of. Next book in my book outlet order is, I believe, classified as a thriller. I ordered this book thinking it was another book. Oh my goodness. I think the book that I was trying to buy was called Locked in Your House or something like that. It was a book that Books and Lala recommended, and then I realized that the book I ordered was not the book that she recommended. It's okay. I am trying to branch out more, so this is going to be like, I think, the first thriller that I read, and the book is called There's Someone Inside Your House. I did see somebody on BookTube talk about this book at some point, but it's not the book that I thought Books and Lala was recommending. So it's okay. It wasn't this is Book Outlet. It wasn't like $10 to $15 or something. It was about $3 to $5. So I'm not mad about it. We'll see if I end up liking it. Who knows? This may be a surprise buy that ended up being a good surprise. I don't know too much about it. It says here, it's been almost a year since Makani Young came to live with her grandmother. She's still adjusting to her new life in rural Nebraska. Then one by one, students of her high school begin to die in a series of gruesome murders, each with increasing and grotesque flair. As the body count rises and the terror grows closer, will McCaney, I don't know how to pronounce, will she survive the killer's twisted plan? So there's that book. So I think this is like a murder mystery thriller or something like that. The next book in my book outlet haul is a book that I saw on the Fairy Loot Instagram page, and it obviously was the Fairy Loot edition, and I would have loved to get the Fairy Loot edition of this book because the blue cover was absolutely stunning, and the original cover is just not as pretty, but it's okay. I still would love to read this book, and this book is called Nocturna by Maya Motene? I don't know. I'm so sorry. So the Fairy Loot edition is blue and the original is this weird orange-brown color. I just wanted this book just because the Fairy Loot edition was so pretty. But it's okay. I did hear, so this is a fantasy novel, and I was kind of like on the fence of whether or not I wanted to get it. And then I heard a lot of people talking about how they really did love this book. And Margaret Rogerson, she is the author. Margaret Rogerson is the author of Sorcery and Thorns, if I'm not mistaken. And she says it's an exhilarating adventure. So, ooh, look at this. Oh, look at that, I snapped inside. So, yes, that's why I decided to get this book, just because it was a fantasy. And yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I am pretty excited to read it. I do love my fantasy books, so I am very eager to see what I think about this book and if it will stay in my collection. The next book, we're almost done with this haul. The next book that I got in my book outlet haul is actually a book written by a booktuber. I haven't seen too many of her videos, but I was curious, you know, because booktubers, not most of them, but some of them, they've been on booktube long enough and then they want to, you know, write their own books, which is fantastic. I saw several people review this book and it did get some mixed reviews. And this is like typical debut author writing their first book. It's the first book. So most of the time, you know, the writing may not all be there, and they're still trying to find their writing style and things like that. So there are going to be issues with the first book, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's you grow from your mistakes. So this book that I'm particularly talking about is Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I don't know too much about this book. I heard some people trying to like describe it. Shane is the main character, been doing college all wrong. She goes home every weekend. So she apparently is in college. Okay, I'm not going to try to describe it. I don't want to read the synopsis, it's too long. But I am really excited to read this book. I do want to get some other books by other booktubers and then maybe like do some vlogs / reviews on them, see what I think about them. One book that I do want to get is Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. I love her channel. However, I think that book is gonna have to wait till summer because that book is about 700 pages. Oh my goodness. I saw Becca from I think it's her YouTube channel name is Becca and the Books. She read it during a reading vlog and it was like, it was a big chunky book. I like to call books that are over 600 pages monster books. That was a monster book. So I figured this was a good place to start, and it was a great way for me to get out of my comfort zone with, by reading something in a genre that I typically don't read in. So this one should be interesting to see what I think about it. I may do a reading vlog about this one. We'll see. And the last book that I got in this book outlet order, the second I saw it on there, I told myself I have to get this book. It is the third book in the series, so I am gonna have to get the first 2 physical copies, but I figured, you know what, this is a series that I actually really do enjoy. Why not get the third book if it's available for a cheaper price than full price? And this book is Dark Dawn by Jay Kristoff. So for those of you who did not watch my March 2020 TBR wrap-up, I listened to Nevernight during the month of March, and I had quite the reading experience with that book. I think it's one thing if you read a Nevernight, and then it's another thing if you listen to it. The narrator for that book definitely brought it to life. And oh my goodness, however he brought it to life so much, I'm not quite certain if I want to listen to God's Grave or if I want to read God's Grave, which I know God's Grave is the second book in this series. And I actually like, I think if I'm not mistaken, and if I am mistaken, I'll put it down here. This is the US, and this is apparently a signed first edition of this book. I was not expecting that, so I looked in here, and I think this is that's his signature. So yes, this was a pleasant surprise. I'm so glad I found it, and I'm so glad I got it. It's so pretty. Like I said, I'm still determining if I want to physically read or listen to God's Grave, because I did like Nevernights. It was just quite the listening experience, listening to that audiobook. So yeah, that was the last. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching my unboxing. But I am just really glad that I'm able to get all of these books, because I don't think I can order books for a while. Please understand that I accumulated all of these books during the month of March before the state of Illinois officially went on lockdown. So I did order, well, the Owlcrate box, that was just planned, and then I ordered all my books from Book Outlet before we officially went on lockdown. So I have lots of books to keep me company until this lockdown is over and lifted. We'll see when that happens. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I am planning on filming a reading vlog. I still trying to figure out if I'm gonna do a weekend one or like a week one, work week one. We'll see. Who knows? I may end up doing both. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay home, stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands. All right, guys. Bye.